I'm 54 years old. I'm 54 years old and I'm a widow. I'm 54 years old. Too young to be a widow and too old to start over again. And if you want to know the truth, how I feel is too old, fat, and ugly to start over again. I'm 54 years old and I'm a widow.
I'm at the cemetery and my mother, my parents, and my husband are all buried here. And I am placing holiday flowers on their graves. And this year I expected to put holiday flowers on my mother's grave, my parents' graves. I was not expecting to put them on my husband's this year.
We're here in this world for a purpose and just really trying to find my purpose.
It was really hard watching her go through what she went through.
Yeah, I mean, I would say losing my son.
Welcome to Carla Cash Out Loud. I'm Carla. And my husband died. Suddenly, unexpectedly, without warning, my husband died on September 9th. And I was planning on marking that day as my late parents' wedding anniversary. And now not only is it known as their wedding anniversary, it's known as the day my husband died early that morning. He was 65 years old. He was an incredible man, which every woman says that about her husband. But I was very fortunate to get some interview footage of him. On this channel, I travel the East Coast, mainly my home state of Virginia, and interview people about questions about life. I get their real stories, real answers, real life, real emotions, many of them saying them for the first time out loud. Thus the name of this channel, Carla Cash Out Loud. One of the first people I interviewed for this channel when I was planning to start it back up again was my husband. So I want to share him with you and share his answers with you, real, out loud. His name is Woodrow. Many people called him Woody. I called him both. Most of all, I called him my best friend and my love and my true companion. I want you to meet him. Who was your first kiss, first name only, and how was it?
First. That's a long time ago. It was obviously pretty miserable because I don't really remember. Probably Betty Sue at the prom that I only went to because one of my friends in high school insisted that since her girlfriend had no one to take her, I was gonna. Didn't want to go, didn't enjoy it. Not fun.
So how was the kiss?
Miserable.
What's the most hurtful thing anyone ever said to you?
All right, one political friend at a shad planking once said, "You're a Democrat, right?" I mean, that was just mean, uncalled for, mean. No.
What was your most embarrassing moment?
Probably asking a young lady when she was due. She wasn't pregnant. I mean, how do you recover from that? It's not easy. Not good.
What's your biggest regret?
Biggest regret? I don't have a lot of regrets. I guess, what do they say? If I'd have known I was going to live this long, I'd have taken better care of myself. But I probably wouldn't if I'd have known.
What's been your biggest disappointment in life?
Not a lot of disappointments that have been anything permanent. Disappointments are kind of challenges just turned on their back. And if you don't let it knock you down, you just figure a way around it. So I don't disappoint easily.
Do you expect a lot? Do you think that's why you don't disappoint easily?
No, I think I probably expect very little, which is why I don't disappoint easily. If you expect nothing from life, you're not going to be disappointed. And you're not guaranteed anything. You make your own way, do the best you can, have fun while you're doing it, and it's all good.
And last question, what makes a woman beautiful?
What makes a woman beautiful is her mind.
This is the first time that I've been in his truck since he died. He drove an old beat up pickup truck because he said he was an old beat up old man. And it's him. It's tuned to the radio station. He had it tuned to all the time. Our local small town radio station that he was a part owner of at one time. And when he was a teenager, he worked at that radio station and did that while he was in college too. And then later went on to be a part owner. So having the station on is very appropriate. It's just the way he left it. Everything's just the way he left it. I'm a mess. My makeup is a mess because I'm a mess. And it looks like I've been crying because I have been. This is him. He was a Trekkie.
So I'm a widow, and this is my first Christmas without him because he died in September. I am doing the best I can. I'm sitting at my tree on purpose because this is not the tree I had planned for this year. This tree was actually originally planned for the dining room, for a corner in the dining room. And it's a pencil tree, and it has pink flamingos all over it. And that was planned to go in the dining room, and I decided to make it my main tree this year, even though it's too small for this space, because I wanted it to be tacky and quirky, and we had never put it up before. I had been collecting ornaments all throughout the year, and for this year I did not want to put up sentimental ornaments. It was too much for me. So I put up what was going to make me smile, what was going to make me laugh, what was going to make me grin, and just look up and say, yeah, I know you think it's gaudy, and that's what makes it great. If you're hurting this Christmas, if you're alone, whether by choice or not your choice, such as my case, if you're a widow, if you're divorced, whatever your circumstance may be that's causing you to be alone or simply to feel lonely, I want you to know you're not alone. There are lots of resources out there available to you, and I have some of them listed in the description box below this video for you just in case. And I don't know why I bothered to put makeup on because clearly it's all running off. But I want you to know I'm here. I'm navigating this the best I can. I may decorate my table for Christmas this year. I may not, because I'll be the only one sitting at it, and there'll be an empty chair. But my advice to you is, go do what makes you happy this Christmas. I'm going to go see some Christmas lights with a friend of mine. That makes me happy. I ordered flamingo Christmas cards this year. Even though I haven't sent all of them out, that makes me happy. I have a goofy flamingo stocking on my mantle because it makes me happy. Does it take it away? No, but it makes it a little better. One thing that we always did was we put a patriotic tree out on our Florida room. It was a red, white, and blue, beautiful. It was a white tree with red, white, and blue lights on it. You could see the red, white, and blue patriotic lights from the street. And that was what he wanted. He started that tree after September 11th because he said, I want our American pride to be seen from the street. And over the years, we decorated that with his various political ornaments because he was a politician. He held elected office for 34 years. And over the years, he collected many political ornaments, White House ornaments, congressional ornaments, ornaments from cities and towns and states all over the country. They were gifts to him that were given to him when he would make official visits, or gifts for appreciation for the service that he had done in the 34 years he was in elected office. And in case you can't tell, I'm really proud of him. He was elected on city council. He was appointed by numerous governors of both parties to tons of boards and commissions, and served and served and served tirelessly, by the way, on these boards with no pay. He did it because he wanted to serve. People think when you're on a board you make big money. He didn't. He also ran for Congress, and while he didn't win, I will forever be proud of him. These are the things people know about him. When he died, our local paper ran an article, and in the headline it said, "Icon dies. Community loses icon." And that's true. The community lost an icon, and I lost an icon in my life. But those were just a few of the things people knew about him. What many people didn't know is that this area would not have a family violence prevention and sexual assault prevention unit were it not for him. There was not a week that went by that a mother didn't come to our back door and say, "Woody, I can't feed my babies this week." And he made sure those babies got fed. There was not a week that went by that a father didn't come to our door and say, "My son is in trouble," and Woody would help him and that son. There was not a week that went by that someone didn't come to the door and say, "I can't pay my electric bill this month, Mr. Woody, what am I going to do?" And without fanfare or need for recognition or any public knowing, he made sure that electric bill got paid, and that usually meant reaching in his back pocket and handing them the money. One of my favorite memories, since we're talking about Christmas, one of my favorite memories of him is he had connections to the North Pole. He knew Santa. He and Santa were pretty tight. They were like this. In fact, if you listened real close, you might even hear him do a ho, ho, ho every now and then, because he and Santa were that close. Santa rubbed off on him, I guess. And he made sure over the years that hundreds, if not thousands of children got a Christmas Eve phone call personalized from Santa with their name and their wish list. And it was a live phone call that Santa made because Woody made it happen. My Woodrow made that happen for children all over this area, all over the state, all over the East Coast. Many of them were children, and now their children got phone calls last year. He did this with Santa at no cost to the family. He never charged a dime, even when it cost him money. When he died, a friend of mine who got Santa calls when she was a little girl, who now has 2 little girls herself, the littlest one was 1 when Woody died. And she said, "I don't mean to sound selfish, but I sure am sad that Caroline is not going to know the joy of getting a Santa call, because that connection won't be there to the North Pole anymore." That's one of my favorite Christmas memories in general. It's one of my favorite memories of him. There will never be another Woodrow. And just like in your life, whoever you're missing, there will never be another husband, wife, brother, son, daughter, grandchild, mother, father, whoever it is you're missing. There will never be another one of those for you. But there are still good times ahead. And I want you to focus on that. I want you to focus on what brings you joy this holiday season. I want you to focus on what's going to bring you joy in the new year. And you don't have to be happy all the time. You don't have to fake it. You don't have to fake it. If you feel like crap, it's okay to feel like crap. It's okay to not be okay. But I want you to think about getting help. I want you to talk to people, and I want you to talk about your loved ones. I talk about him because he deserves to be talked about. He deserves to be remembered. He deserves to be honored. He deserves to be recognized because he was important and he was special and he mattered, and so does your loved one, and so do you. So I wish you a very Merry Christmas. We'll get back to regular scheduled programming of people being interviewed in our next videos, and over the next few weeks and few months you're going to see some clips of him in some of those videos. He's still around, and he still will come and visit every now and then because I'm blessed to have that footage of him. Thank you for allowing me to share my Woodrow with you. And I'm thankful to the many organizations and groups and governors and congressmen and everyday ordinary people who shared him with me, because I know that this is not just my loss. This is our community's loss. This is our state's loss, because he had that much impact. So I know that there are others grieving his loss as well. I'm thankful that he was shared with me, and I'm thankful to you for allowing me to share him with you today. Is there someone in your life you'd like to share with me? In the comment section down below, tell me who it is you're missing, who it is this is reminding you of, who you're thinking of, who you're missing at Christmas or Hanukkah, who was important in your life and remains important, whose story deserves to be told. That's what this channel is all about, is telling stories. And I want you to tell yours in the comment section down below. Until next time, live out loud. Live out loud, because that's what Woody did. He lived out loud, and he would want you to do the same. This is Carla Cash Out Loud. I'm Carla. I love you. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. I'll see you next time.